We have in algebra some keywords that you need to be familiar with. Two of them are expressions and terms, and they are interrelated. Let's consider 6 plus 3x minus 7x squared. Okay, this is what is called an expression. An expression does not contain an equal. And as well, it is a collection of what we call terms. So in this expression, 6 plus 3x minus 7x squared, there are three terms. Terms are connected by plus and minus. So here we have three terms. The first term in this expression is 6. It is what we call the constant term. 6 is always going to be 6. It is not going to vary in value. The second term is equal to 3x. Now 3x means 3 multiplied by x. It is made up of a number and a pronumeral. X is the pronumeral or letter of the alphabet. Now x is a variable. By that I mean it can take on different values depending on different situations. So 3 is always going to be equal to 3. X is a variable, it can take on different values. Don't forget 3x is 3 multiplied by x. And then the last term, third term, is equal to, now we must pick up, we haven't written a sign in front of the 6 or in front of the 3. If we don't write a sign, it is understood to be a plus. Here it is understood to be a plus at the start. Here we've got a plus 3x, and in front of the 7 we've got negative 7x squared is the third term. Once again, x, if x is a variable, then x squared is also a variable. Okay, we can evaluate expressions. For example, when x equals 2, so what have we got? 6, our expression we're talking about is 6 plus 3x minus 7x squared. And if you put x equals 2 in there, then we get 6 plus, now between the 3 and x is a multiply, 3 times 2 minus 7 times 2 squared. 6 plus, we do multiplication, but we do powers first. So we'll do that power first, 3 times 2 minus 7 times 4. So using BIDMAS, there are no brackets, but we've got indices, so we do the indexes first. Then we do division or multiplication as they occur left to right, so we go 6 plus 6 minus 7 4s are 28. And then we do addition or subtraction left to right, so we do 6 plus 6 is 12 minus 28 is equal to negative 16. So evaluating expressions, they can get a lot more complicated. We've just picked an expression with one unknown, and with 3 terms they can become more complicated than that. Evaluate 5ab minus 3ab squared when a equals 1 and b equals negative 2. Okay, so a and b are our variables. They can change values, but in this case a is 1 and b is equal to negative 2. We've got an expression here that is made up of 2 terms. There is no constant term, as we had in the last one. Terms that do not contain any variables are constant terms, so here we've got a constant term. If we look down at this second example, we've got no constant terms. The numbers before are the coefficients. This is called the coefficient of the first term. So the coefficient of AB, the term AB is 5. The coefficient of the second term is negative 3. So the coefficient is the number including the sign before the term. So now we want to evaluate when A equals 1 and B equals negative 2. We substitute in and we got 5 times 1 times B is negative 2. It's probably a good idea to put it like that in brackets to just make sure we've got the negative clearly written. Minus 3 times A is 1 times negative 2 squared equals. Now we do the brackets first. All these brackets, we can just remove that one. Minus, now negative 2 squared is negative 2 times negative 2. Negative times a negative is a positive, so it's just 4. 3 times 1 times 4. And that's equal to 5 times 1 is 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Minus 3 times 1 times 4 is 12. Negative 10 take 12 is negative 22. So, expressions and terms, keywords in algebra. Expression is a collection of terms connected by pluses and minuses. So we've got a plus and a minus there, so we've got 3 terms. We've got constant terms that don't contain any variables. And we've got the coefficient as the number before the variable. And then to be evaluated, we just substitute in values and use BidMass to expand and to evaluate the answer.